What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Wild East Brewing Company, and they're out of Brooklyn, New York, and this is their Little Patient. So they're calling this one a 10-degree Plato Czech-style Pilsner. It comes in at 3.8% alcohol by volume, 29 IBUs at the time of review. This can is just over 5 weeks old. So I have never had anything from Wild East. I've heard good things. They focus on European styled beers, but they also do like hazies and things of that nature. They do mixed fermentation, low ABV Pilsners. And yeah, I've heard pretty good things, and we don't really get distribution here in the Western New York area, but a bottle shop, the One Stop Brew Shop in Rochester, New York, they go down to New York City like once a month, and they brought some stuff back. So I picked up a couple beers from them. This one and their Wither, which is a Helles lager. So I want to give them a go. Now, what does 10 degrees Plato mean? Plato is basically the European measurement of the concentrated sugar in the wort before fermentation, and it pretty much relates to the ABV. Like 10 degree Plato is around 4%, 12 degree Plato around 5%, so on and so forth. So a 3.8% Czech-style Pilsner. Like, we're gonna see what's going on here. I'm pretty excited about this one. Ooh, it's gushing out though. I don't know how excited I'll be. Now, this has been kept cold the vast majority of the time, and it's gonna have a huge head. Sweet. So they do a decoction mash on this, like they typically do in Europe and Germany for a lot of beers like this. So yeah, it was gushing out of the can, but we saved it. So yeah, that has, you know, it's clear, but it has a little bit of, could be chill haze on it, maybe just a little bit of slight haze, lots of carbonation bubbles, about a forefinger of this bright white, super compact, tightly compact head that is just, it looks gorgeous. But again, the carbonation seemed to be pretty lively when I was pouring it, so we'll see if that matters at all. Let's get a nose. Oh yeah. Oh, that smells really good. Now, I've been slow to adapt to these low ABV lagers. I mean, I know that's kind of the thing. Like, you know, there's always an in style or something going on in craft beer. You had the slushy beers a couple years ago. You had pastry stouts before that. You've had a lot of different styles go to the forefront of the craft beer scene. And low ABV lagers, crushable lagers, are definitely something that is popular with a lot of people because you can drink a lot of them. They're very easy to drink, and it could be just like a fridge beer or whatever. I'm starting to enjoy them more. And this smells delicious, honestly. To harken back to what I just said, like full circle, this smells delicious, and that's what I was trying to get to. The point, anyway, is that like when I smell this, usually when I smell Czech-style Pilsner, I'm like, oh, it's solid or whatever. This smells awesome. There's crackery malt. There's a little bit of like a slightly biscuity, but more crackery malt. There's this really nice, spicy, herbaceous nose on it from the hops. Beautiful. Smells like it's going to be clean. It does smell a little bit sweeter than I'm accustomed to with Pilsners. But man, that malt and that hop, I'd imagine they're using, did they say anything on here? I'd imagine they're using like Saaz or something. No, they just have a little bit of a spiel. I'm not going to read it right now, maybe at the end. But it looks like a beautiful Czech Pilsner, 3.8%. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping this is super flavorful for something sub 4%. I might go and buy an entire 6-pack of it. I don't know. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. That's beautiful. That's a really tasty Czech Pilsner, like really tasty. So this isn't super cold. There is a little bit of, you know, condensation on it, but it's been out of the fridge for like 25 minutes to 30 minutes, which, you know, I like to drink my lagers a little bit colder, but this is probably closer to 50, and it's still beautiful. So the body on this one at 3.8%, it's not like pure water. This is like higher side of light, lower side of medium. It has a little bit of oomph behind it, so it's not just like super watery. And then the mouthfeel, while being super crisp, clean, and very effervescent and refreshing, there's a super immaculate smoothness on the back of the palate. Right up front, though, that mostly crackery, grainy malt sensation attacks your palate, and it's sweet. And you get all that beautiful sweetness and that crackery malt goodness at the forefront. It continues through the palate. About midway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through, a beautiful hop presence. It lets its presence be known to you. Like it's not something that like just sneaks up. It kind of punches you in the face, but it's not over the top. It's subtle yet delicate and impactful. It's kind of weird. It's just a beautiful hop presence. Like it's just kind of hard to explain, but It's spicy. There's a little bit of herbaceousness there. There's a little bit of earthiness, just a touch. This is, I would say, semi-dry on the finish with a mild to moderate bitterness. More on the mild side, but the semi-dry finish is very nice. A little bit leaning to the sweeter side of things, which is fine. I think for the style, I want to say they can be a little bit more bittering. This isn't like super bittering. Wow, I could drink a lot of these. There's even like a little bit of a touch of like a citrus, like a lemon slash orange, like a underlying kind of like zesty, rindy thing going on. Not overly complex, not meant to be. This is supposed to be a crusher of a beer, and it is. And as you can see, the lacing on it's absolutely fantastic. You know, it gushed out of the can, and I thought the carbonation would be crazy. On the palate, there's, you know, a pretty big crispness, but it's not like overdone. It's not too overbearing. It's really a nice beer. This is really nice. This might be the best. I could say without a shadow of a doubt, this is one of the better sub 4% beers I've had in my life, honestly. There's not a lot out there. But for 3.8%, this drinks like it's 5.5, which you might say, it's not a huge difference. But it is, and that can add up over time. If you drink a 6-pack of this, and you're saving 1 to 1.5% per can, at the end of the day, you're saving almost 2 of these beers in terms of percentage, which is nice. You're not going to get shit-faced. You can drink this at a barbecue, you know, poolside, out by the lake, whatever. I think it's really fucking good. Like, and again, to go back to what I was saying earlier, like I've been slow to kind of adapt to the lower ABV lagers, especially the craft ones, because they are more expensive. This one is a little bit more expensive, but I think I'm understanding where everyone's coming from with them. So I'm going to give Little Patience from Wild East. I'm going to give that a low 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.2 out of 5. That's how much I like this. I don't remember the last time I've given like just a straight up Czech-style Pilsner over a 4. Like, it's just not my jam typically, but this has hit me in a different way. So price point and availability, this is where it's a little bit sideways, but again, you have to keep in mind that this brewery is in New York City and stuff there is more expensive, but a six pack of this is $16. So 12-ounce cans for $16. I would love to see that more in like the $12 range, $12, $14 max. But again, it's New York City, so it's a little bit more expensive. I think I want to say I paid like $3 something for this can, but again, that's a local bottle shop driving down New York City, driving back, bringing stuff back. They usually up the price point per can to 50 cents to $1. So even if I was paying like $3.50, even $4 for this, I get it. They have to make money somehow. But if you were in New York City and you went to the brewery, I think $16 for a 6-pack of this within the city limits, yeah, I would say that's probably a good deal. Availability, as far as I know, they're brewery only. Maybe they get into small bottle shops here and there. Of course, like I said, the one-stop brew shop goes down and picks their stuff up. But if you've had anything from this brewery, let me know what you think about it. I think it's just a super well-made, really tasty, sub 4% Czech-style Pilsner that it just did something for me. And I can't say that for a lot of Pilsners nowadays. So I have quite a few lagers in the fridge that I picked up specifically to try to, you know, get into them and acclimate my palate to drinking more low ABV lagers. And this is a great start. Like I said, I have one more from them with her, and I will be reviewing that in the near future. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.